Welcome to PLUSone, the series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. Today, I have the pleasure of talking about Mighty No. 9, the spiritual successor to Mega Man that ruined Kickstarter for everyone. After reaching over 4 times its initial Kickstarter goal, raising nearly $4 million, a second Kickstarter announcement by the developer for a different game that we later found out already had a company funding it, several delays to both the game and the demo that was released as an apology for one of those delays, and 2 versions of the game that are still delayed, Mighty No. 9 released in June of 2016 to critical and public mockery. That was almost 2 years ago though. Has the game been improved and updated over time to fix those flaws that players had back then? And more importantly, is it the right game for you to download and play? Stick around to find out. Created by veteran developer Keiji Inafune, often hailed as the father of Mega Man, Mighty No. 9 was revealed at a dark time in Mega Man's life. While nowadays Capcom has brought the Blue Bomber back with a vengeance, with ports upon ports upon ports and Mega Man 11 on the way, at the time the series may as well have been dead. Several cancellations, Inafune's ouster from the company, and an apparent lack of interest meant that the future for the series seemed bleak. So Inafune formed a team and decided that he would make his own Mega Man, with blackjack and hookers. Mighty No. 9 is just that, another Mega Man. If you're unfamiliar, Mega Man is a series based on quick timing and reflexes, pattern recognition, and pure controller skills. You'll take control of a robotic boy as you move through 2D side-scrolling levels with difficult enemies and enemy placement, culminating in a fight with another Mighty Number, this game's equivalent of Robot Masters. Like Robot Masters, each of these Mighty Numbers has its own unique moveset, pattern, and, more importantly, weaknesses. Both in Mega Man and Mighty No. 9, upon beating a boss, you'll absorb its power, so that you may use that ability at any point during the rest of the game. This can mean a fire attack, an ice attack, and so on. Each boss is designed to be incredibly difficult without the right powers, so while playing you'll get sucked into this sort of metagame, trying to figure out the rock, paper, scissors for each boss. You can pick the level order however you would like too, which allows for different strategies and replayability. That's not to say that Mighty No. 9 is a straight Mega Man copy though, because some mechanics are unique. After shooting enemies enough, instead of just exploding and dying, they'll begin to glow, at which point you can dash through them to gain stat buffs like increased attack power or speed. Also unique to this game is that it is very bad. Mega Man at first seems like a poorly designed franchise. I hated it when I first went through Mega Man 2. It's only after getting used to the rules of the game and the pure challenge that one learns to love the Blue Bomber. The rules are relatively consistent even between different games, and you'll know going in that you will die, you will game over, and you will restart some levels. But as you do, you'll learn, improve, and grow so that you may inch further and further until at a certain point you become adept at it. After that, you'll destroy most everything in your way, and it'll be incredibly satisfying. In Mighty No. 9, the rules are not consistent, the mechanics are not laid out well, and worst of all, nothing feels satisfying. Shooting enemies should be impactful, but instead it's just part of the equation because you still have to dash through the enemies or else it's all pointless. Level design is all over the place, often including straight up instant kill sequences. It's actively a pain to play, and it doesn't get any better as you get used to it. This is my 3rd time playing this game now, and while it's certainly easier since I know the mechanics, it's also still a total void of entertainment outside of the most fleeting of moments. It's a shame because some of these concepts are interesting. If you beat levels in a certain order, other Mighty Numbers that you've beaten may pop in and assist you. It's a cool concept that's used pretty well once or twice, but more often than not, it's just kind of a random screen clear. The boss fights themselves can be enjoyable here and there, but the game's mechanics just don't feel crisp, and again, more often than not, the boss fights are at best subpar. On the subject of subpar, visually this game is just not good. I know that's low-hanging fruit, but just look at it. The characters' mouths don't move at all during dialogue sequences, the models themselves just feel off, the explosions are just pizza, etc. The voice acting is harmless mostly, but it, like the rest of the game, can also get just disgustingly bad.
The world must burn!
Even the music is pretty soulless, a sharp contrast from the iconic tunes in Mighty No. 9's spiritual predecessor. Now, what about updates? Was the game improved over time, and is some of what I said outdated now that I'm playing it for the first time in about a year and a half? No. Once the game released, that was essentially it. No fixes, no tweaks, just a bad game sent to die. The online functionality and leaderboards that caused those multiple delays to the game still don't seem to work. The saddest part about all of this is that the game was essentially remade with 2017's Mighty Gunvolt Burst on the Nintendo Switch and the 3DS by another team partially made up of former Mega Man developers, and that game is really damn good. Pretty much every missed opportunity in Mighty No. 9 is fixed in Burst, the levels are reworked to be fun and in some cases more fair, and so on. Clearly there was a good game in here somewhere, it just took an entirely different game to chisel it down. Do not +1 Mighty No. 9 to your collection. Even if you're a fan of Mega Man or this style of platformer, it is not worth your time. Of the 4 to 6 hours that the game tends to take, I only actively enjoyed maybe 30 minutes in total, and even that came with an asterisk. If you're a sadist and you decide you do want to see what the hate is all about, the game is just over 3 gigs, so it's pretty small for a PS4 game. Again though, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this game is absolutely not worth it, whether for free or for the regular price of $20. With that said, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button or maybe even share it with your friends, and if you want to see more, click or tap either video right there on your screen.